Good morning, everybody. It is time for a new pattern. Let's scroll down. You're going to be on pattern-collections.com and we're going to scroll down to pattern focus and look up today's pattern, which is going to be this one. This one's called Relly-Telly-One by Karen Klangmeyer. So, it's like a grid pattern. You can put it into a grid, which looks really cool. The first thing we're going to do is draw the grid, and then in the middle of the grid, we're going to put a dot here, and then a dot at the north, south, east, and west. Okay. And then we're going to come and we're going to make sort of a spiral. We're going to go on this one side of the dot and come in toward the middle, going like that. Not really round, but just kind of a little bit of a curve. Okay. And then it looks like we're going to go from here in that same sort of curve. So this curves this way, this is going to curve this way, and we're going to come out into the corner on each one. Okay, and then what do we do? And then we come over here, and then we go from the corner to the dot again the other way. So this went this way, and now we're going to go this way. This way, out into the corners. So we end up with this sort of a puffy looking thing. If you color in your dots, that's cool. It looks like things are just folding under each other. This one looks less foldy when it doesn't have the dark spots, but you can play with it and do all sorts of variations. I must admit that I did play with this one on Sunday, and I started out wrong. And I was having a heck of a time trying to figure out, because I glanced at it just before church service started, and then I was trying to do it from memory, which is never a good idea with a brand new pattern that you've never seen before that's a little complicated. And what I had done, instead of doing north, south, east, and west, I did this one, and then I put one here and here and here and here, more like a the number 5 on a dice. So my dots were shifted. It came out interesting, and maybe I'll do part of my tile in this shifted way to show that I was able to resolve it. I managed to get it to come out, but it didn't look like this. So it was very interesting. Maybe I'll try both. This was one of the few tangles that I actually just practiced, because I thought this one was going to be a little more complex, and turned out that it was. So let's get started. Let me turn my light on. Pardon me. All right, that's good. I really wanted to get to you guys earlier in the day. It is now, what time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock. I wanted to draw sooner. Sorry about that. I have a little issue here. Okay, I wanted to draw sooner, but yeah, just about the time I was going to sit down and start my drawing, the neighbor had trees trimmed. It was really loud in here. There was no way I was going to do that. So I'm a little off my game here. So what I want to do is I want to divide my tile somehow. I'm going to put a border. Ooh, that was almost too much. That actually was too much. That got way out of hand. Let me try that border again. I don't mind wonky, but it needs to be somewhat controlled. Ah, that's better. Okay. And then I think I'm going to make a composition where it's part, maybe come like that. And then on this side, I will put the regular, and then I'm going to divide the tile, just divide it like I normally would in a grid. I want a nice big grid, I think. So I'm just going to do it like that in 4, and then again this way. There we go. And this needs to go out a little bit more. It's a bit, that little wonk. It's a little bit too wonk. I want a bigger square there. So I'm gonna just go out a little bit. Okay. Now I'll redo it in pen, but I like to do it in pencil. I know. I totally don't follow all Zentangle principles, and I totally know that, and I own it. You know, I'm inspired by Zentangle, but I am not a complete 100% Zentangle follower. Just aren't. Okay, so I am going to draw my grid now in pen. Now that I've made a guesstimate in pencil, I'm going to now actually draw it in the pen. And once again, I have forgotten to go get a new pen. Wonder how many times and how many days it's going to take me before I remember that I don't like this particular pen, that it's not performing the way I would like it to, and that I want to change it. I don't know how many times it's going to take, but clearly more times than I'm thinking about. Now, I am going to actually draw this line. I don't normally wouldn't do it, but I think I want it, and I actually think I'm going to want it bigger. I'm going to go ahead and get my Boulder pen and make it a little bit of a bigger line, like that. Actually, maybe even bigger than that. Let's go even another, like this. Oops. I got a little wiggly. I have some white I need to fill in. Okay. Ah, there we go. So on this side, I'm going to do it the way the step out shows. And over here, I'm going to do it the way I did it wrong and see if I can reproduce what I did. We'll see. Okay. So we're going to put a middle and then a north, south, east, and west. That might be a little big, but that's okay. Middle, north, south, east, and west. Middle, north, south, east, and west. Middle, if I don't say north, south, east, and west, I'm going to tend to want to put them the other way, which is the incorrect way. North, south, east, and west. Middle, north, south, east, and west. Middle, north. Okay. Now this one will get partial, but it'll still get a middle one. part like that. And this one, they'll all still get a middle one. That's the same on all of them. It's the rest that I had issues with. This one, you'll only see that. Same with here. Okay. So, let's pick one of these and get really zoomed in so I know what I'm doing here. Zoom in my phone so I can see what I'm doing over there. Okay, so we're gonna go in a kind of a slight curve around like this. Like that. Are you guys in focus? I guess you are. I don't know. See how that didn't end up with the right curve? Because I didn't turn my page. Turn your page. Even when it feels like it's a pain in the butt, turn your page. Comes out better that way. Now you're too close. You got the idea. You're too close, or I'm gonna go off frame too much. Maybe I could do all of them going one way and then turn my page. Oh, I can do that. Yes, indeed. And do the next bunch, and then I don't have to turn the page quite so often. Ah, look at there. Right? And then this way. That's the general gist. This one will see this, and you'll see this, but you won't see the rest. And this one you'll see part of that, and this one you'll see part of that. Okay, so now the next step is to go the other way out into the corner. So, looks like the thing to remember is that if it's curving here, it curves the other way this way. So it's coming this way. And I'm just going to do all of them going the same direction and then turn my tile. That would be good, because then I won't lose my place. Still a bit of noise coming from next door. I think they're now grinding up all the stuff they cut off, but at least they've moved the piles of stuff to the other side of their house. Okay, turn, and then you're gonna go from here that. You guys can't see a thing. See, I need to zoom you out because I think I'm within my square where you guys can see, but I forgot that I zoomed you way in. Zoom you out. Okay, so I did those, so I'm going to do these. Like that. And then I'm going to turn my tile and do it again. Now I hope you guys remember that this channel is not so much about teaching you guys how to draw a particular pattern as much as it is allowing you to watch me as I learn a new pattern. So, you know, bear that in mind when you watch my channel. I am just doing this for me. Now, these ones are a little more complicated here when you have just a part of a tile and you don't see the whole thing. What I usually do is I'll look, like, what do I see here? I see the edge of this here, right? There's that dot. And so I need to do this right here on that one. But on this one, I don't see that dot. So what I see is about that much of it. So I need to just do that curve so that they match, right? And then I'm going to have that same thing over here. That's the middle one. That's this one. So this one comes out into this corner. So I have to aim that direction, but I don't go all the way to that corner because you actually don't get that far. Okay. That's, looks like I've got the whole thing, all of the squares. Yes. Okay, next step. Let's move on to step 4. Step 4, we go, which way? What's the easiest way for me to think about it? Easiest way for me to think about it is going to be to go this way. Going the opposite. I'm going to just start here and I'm going to go here like this. Up into that corner. And then here, and here, and here, and not quite all the way through there, and you don't see it in that one. Okay, and then turn my tile, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I go this way, and this way, and this way, and this one is, yes, it's going to go that way, and that way, and that way. Something doesn't look right here. I missed one. What did I do wrong? I missed this one. There we go. Right? Right. So then it needs to go this way. And that way. And that way. And that way. Okay. And then here, it'll be that way. Right? Okay. Turn my tile. I'm going to go this way. Like that. And this one you would see part of that, and it would see some of that, and you'd see some of that, and then turn, and one more time up into that corner. Okay. Right? Right. That's it. That is the pattern. Is that correct? Appears to be. Okay, and now we can embellish however feel like embellishing. I think I like the idea of it being dark. And I probably could have just made the dots dark to start with, which I may do on the next one. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. This is the fiddly bit. See, I needed to make those dots dark to start with, so then I wouldn't have to go back and do it again. I think I will do that on the other side. And then decide how I want to embellish. I think I want to use, which variation do I want to use? I like the idea of just doing here. Here. You don't see that. Okay, and I don't see any of those. I'll go this way. Oh, you've gone off screen again. I'm so sorry. Okay, did I go all the way around? 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'll just shade simply. Now over here, I'm going to do it with the dots going the other way, and I am going to go ahead and make them dark dots because I like the look of that. So I might as well start the dots dark. But instead of doing north, south, east, west, I'm going to do them over here so they look like the dice. Because this is what I did the other day, and I managed to figure out how to resolve it, and I don't remember exactly what I did. And do you think I brought my sample with me over here to where I'm drawing? No, I did not. I suppose I could go get it, but that would be an issue. Right about there. Okay, so I did the same thing. I just did it this way instead. Like that. Okay, So I'm going to do that for all of them, and I'm not going to spin. I'm going to go down here and do all of these first. All one direction, and then spin it. Yeah, this pen and I am not getting along. I've got to go get another pen. Before I do the next video, I've got to go get another pen. Okay. See, part of that and part of this. Yeah, like that. And then this way. And I'll come this way. You'll see it come in from there. You'll see that come in from there. Oh, I forgot a dot here. That goes that way. And there. Oh, missed one. Okay. Then the next step was to go at an angle with this being the curve. So I went here and I still went into that corner. But see, it looks totally different. Because it's really long and skinny there. Did I do that right? Oh, fudge puppies. I didn't do that right. That's supposed to be this one. Into that corner. Okay. And then turn it, and then this one goes into this corner. And that one you don't see, and that one you don't see, and then turn it. And then this one goes to this corner. Well, I thought the noise was going to be done. I'm sorry. It's really loud. And then turn it, and then this one goes to this corner. And you would see this. Okay. And then the next step was to go this way, up into this corner. Something's not right here. I'm missing something on these ones. I'm missing this line going from here to here. Yeah, okay. Turn it and go up into this corner. And then turn it, and then go up into this corner. I just followed the same steps, but since my dots started in a different place, my pattern looks slightly different. And then turn it, and one more time, up into this corner. This should be that way, and this way. There we go. So on this one, I think I want to do, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to incorporate that grid into the embellishment, and the grid will sort of disappear, which is kind of cool. Right, like that. I really apologize for all the noise in the neighborhood today, but I do not have time to draw tomorrow. Tomorrow is my dreaded dentist appointment. So even though you're watching this on the day after my dentist appointment, I think that's what today is. I'm actually recording it the day before because I don't know if I will be able to speak coherently tomorrow. I will have time, but I probably won't be able to say much. I don't know. Don't know how things are going to go, but my guess is my mouth is going to be full of gauze and I will be all mumbly, and that won't be good. So okay, that's awesome. So those were done similarly, but that shape ends up really much different than this shape when your dots are in a different place. So just wanted to show you that. What happened when I was working on it. Oops, I just closed my window. I don't remember what it was called. Something. Teletubby? No, not Teletubby. Relly-Telly-One. I think I want it to live... Do I want it to live... I think I'm gonna live, okay. Relly, Telly, One. Okay, that's going over there on the floor. If I throw my pen on the floor, maybe I'll remember that I don't want to use that pen anymore, right? Perhaps. Okay, now let's give ourselves a little bit of shading. I want this one on top of this one. So in order to do that, you put the dark on this side, and that will automatically push this one to the background. That's first. And I want it kind of big, actually. Don't usually make it quite that big, but that's what it's feeling. It's feeling like it wants to be really dark and really big, that shadow. So we're going to smudge that one. Am I jiggling you? Trying not to jiggle you. My lamp is jiggling, but I don't think my camera's jiggling. I try not to have the camera touching, the tripod touching the table, but sometimes it does, it gets bumped. Okay, so that's step one. I wanted that. And then on these ones, I think I want them shaded here, I think. Let me see what that does. I'm just going to do one just to see what it does and see if that's what I want. No, actually that's not speaking to me, so I'm going to erase it. You can do that, especially with your shading. And you can choose something else. Maybe I'll choose this curve instead. This long one. It goes to the corner. What does it look like when I do that? I like that better. Okay. So I'm doing this long one that goes out to the corners. That one or this one? Nope, I did the wrong one. That's not the right one. It's this one. And it's this one. And then it's this one. And then it's this one. Okay. All right. Smudgy way. Okay, oops, missed one. All right, I like that look. And then for this one, I think I'm just gonna do here, just where these meet. That's it, just a little bit. because it's already got that dark. That's plenty, I think. Here. Like that. Okay. Almost done, folks. You stuck with me. Okay. Straighten that out a little bit. And I think I'm done. Oh my, I was pretty zoomed in there. But I think I'm done. There it is. Relly-Telly-One done in 2 different ways. This was the step out. This was with the dots going in more of a 5 rather than a north, south, east, west. So these are straight, these are in the corner. So it kind of twists the pattern. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Apparently somebody sent me a message. I got to check that. And hopefully whatever pattern we have tomorrow is a little bit easier and a little bit shorter to do, because I ain't got no time for a lot of drawing today. I will see you later. Bye.